Hello everybody and welcome to our Fusion 360 tutorial. This is number 13 and today we're going to start drawing a profile for our revolution, our very first revolution. Now before we jump into Fusion 360, I wanted to take a few moments to talk about the drawing that I'll include with this. I'll include the file, and this is a PDF file, and what we're going to be drawing is the pink line or the red line depending on what color your screen's presenting you. Okay. We have not had the opportunity to talk about dimension drawings yet, and just for the reference, this is not particularly well dimensioned, but it'll get us through. It's not following all of the common rules, but doing the best I can here. So we are going to be drawing this red or pink outline. That's it. So all of the text and all of these blue lines that you see everywhere and one black one, we're not drawing that. We're just drawing this profile right here. Okay, and yes, this is mirrored. Hint, hint, if you can figure out how to use the mirror command later, you can draw half of it and then mirror it. We want to draw this profile, bearing in mind this is going to become a round object. All right, a couple things about dimension drawings. Number one, these lines right here that extend, okay, these are called extension lines. And if you imagine this being a clamp, so here's one part of the clamp and the other part of the clamp, notice that they clamp on this long back line right here. Okay, so the extension lines typically are at right angles to the actual line they're showing. And then this is called a dimension line. It has these skinny little arrows on it. They're pointing to the extension lines, which we know clamp on the actual line, if that makes sense. All right, so this particular long line is 5.4142 inches long. All right, so we would draw this line first, and in my next dimension, I look at this line and I find what lines are clamping on it, which is these two right here. Okay, so see how they match the length of that. And if I find the extension lines, they're right here, and go up to the dimension, it says 0.3125. Okay, and then we would work our way around. It's a little bit tricky to read these at first, but I'm hoping that you'll kind of pick up and understand what we're looking at. So this one right here, again, looking at the extension lines, there's one here and one over here. And if I follow these the whole way out, you'll notice that this dimension line right here says 1.5 inches. Don't get tripped up by some of these numbers. You've got to look at both the extension lines and the dimension line to get these right. Students tend to mix up this one, and they also mix up the 0.5 in here. All right, you'll notice I have an angular dimension right here. This is 135 degrees from this line down to this line. And finally, I have a note in here. All right, sometimes you use notes to show things. And to keep this from getting super cluttered inside this V, all right, you'll notice it says it's a 90-degree V, which means that this angle right in here is 90 degrees or a right angle. And you'll notice it says 1-inch sides. So we can derive that this is a 1-inch line and this is a 1-inch line. And then we continue on through the drawing. And we'll talk about that more as we get into our actual tutorial. So take a moment to look over the drawing and see if you can get a feel for the different dimensions and kind